I'm walking down the street.
I do want to say to Doni and many of you in this room that over a very long career in this city, all of you have helped me and my colleagues tell the truth and to try to tell.
I may not look like you and you me, but
my head up.
I'm from South Carolina, so I just...
What does this event mean to you, Miss Peggy Moss?
Oh, my heart.
Happy 20th anniversary.
My heart is about loving up on my sisters. Do you know what it feels like to have your sisters in the room? John.
And dare to be different and unique. I'm gonna be the best me I can be by letting His glory shine through. I am beautiful, I am blessed, but not just what you see in the flesh. I'm free from people, free from myself. There's a
the doctor lived next door to the janitor to the reverend and the lawyer. We were together. Now we get so high and mighty that you create stress for your society because you don't like poor black folks either. That's a health problem. Get yourself together so I can stop being taking care of geriatric people and get back to pediatrics. I thank you, Doni, for all you've done. Let's keep doing it all the more.
letting His glory shine through. Dare to be you, dare to be me, dare to be different and unique. I'm gonna be the best me I can be by letting His glory shine through. And I dare you, I dare you, I dare you to be you.
First name's Doni, last name's Glover. In it to win it for the long haul, baby. All right, all right, all right. We're here. Was talking with very famous Dunbar alumni. At least he's famous on the local level. That is Gregory Branch. And our prayers go out to him and all of the people who are taking care of their loved ones. You know, our parents took care of us in most instances. They raised us. And if we are fortunate enough, the time will come when we have to take care of them. And so here's a word of encouragement to all of the people out there who have a mom or dad that they're taking care of. So many of my friends are in that situation. As we get older, we find ourselves having to take care of our parents, of our loved ones, and we should do it with some pride and some dignity. It is so easy to put our loved ones in a nursing home. So easy to do. And when you have siblings, you expect them to have the same love and adoration for mom, for dad. I know in my family, I saw things happen. Sickness and death can easily bring out the ugly. I've seen it in my own family. I know you've seen it in yours. So take care of your loved ones. Take care of your parents. Thank God for the opportunity and do it with pride, do it with dignity, with a smile on your face because they wiped your dirty butt. We have a lot of events coming up. We're going to get to Cherie in a moment. There's a comedy showcase this Saturday with Howard G. It's going to be up at 5627 Reisterstown Road. Sean Duvall, Star Brown, Lakeisha Poole, Sugar Bear, Uncle Billy, Quadruple X, Uncle Pete, Monique, not the Monique, but a Monique. What else we got going on? National Night Out is coming up on August the 1st. We have one here in Sandtown. We also have an event coming up in Sandtown, Showdown in Sandtown. Just go to bemorenews.com, the news before the news, where we uncover the truth. Associated Black Charities has an event tomorrow, the first ever Baltimore Black Racial Equity Organization Summit. And if you don't know, Be More News has its 21st birthday party on August the 10th. That's a Thursday. We'll be up at Collins, and our featured guest will be the Speaker of the House, Madam Adrienne Jones, Madam Speaker. So without further ado, we're going to get to our special guest for today, Miss Cherie Brooks. Good morning, Cherie. How are you?
I'm well. Thank you so much for having me, Mr. Glover.
Is this your first time on the, is this your first time on the show?
Yes, yes, and I'm excited to be here.
All right. So you are one of our Black Wall Street honorees.
Yes, yes, sir.
As well as I think 3 other members of your team.
Yes. Yep. So we're out here moving and shaking.
So
and
you are the CEO of Power 52?
Yes, I am the visionary co-founder, president, and CEO of Power 52 Foundation. Yes.
What is Power 52?
Oh my goodness, where do I start? So Power 52, we were, just to give you a little history, so how it all came about. And so right at and I know you get on me when I say unrest, but the riot, the riots. Literally, I was sitting in my family room watching all the craziness on the news. At the time, my family, they were doing solar development. And so they would always say how, African Americans were not represented well in this renewable energy space. And so I'm looking at that, I'm hearing their stories, and I say, we can take this and to create an opportunity. So basically, I started doing solar summits. And so I was trying to think of any way to get, nonprofits involved. So started doing these solar summits. Really, that wasn't working. So, wasn't doing what I wanted it to do. So then I said, maybe let's do training. So I said, but we need to go fast. We need people to listen, create some partnerships that people will hear, what we want to do. And so I started talking so my business partner is Ray Lewis of the Baltimore Ravens, Hall of Famer. Ray and I have been friends for many years. So I gave him a call and some other people at the same time too, and said, hey, Ray, what do you think about this? And so we talked about it and what it could be. And over the next, I want to say 6 months, then we, hence the birth of Power 52 Foundation. They, went on to do some solar development projects. And so I created a team here at the foundation to ultimately serve our undersourced community members. And so, oh my goodness, things have definitely changed over the years. I thought I wanted just a little program. So you see these nonprofits out here with just a little program. And then I was contacted and said, no, you need to be a private career school. And I'm like, so literally at that moment, when I hear from the upper government saying, no, you need to be a private career school, literally a tear rolled down my face, because I said, listen, all these other people are out here doing this, just having programs. Why do I have to do all this? But at the time, I'm asking why. I didn't know that because this was bigger than I could ever imagine. And so I didn't realize at the time, by accepting the charge to become a private career school, that would enable me to give and bring about more resources and benefits to the community members that I wanted to serve. And so who is Power 52? So all that to say, who is Power 52? So we're a 501c3 nonprofit. We are the first clean energy private career school in the state of Maryland. We were one of 2 nonprofits in the history of the state of Maryland to be approved to own and operate a private career school. So when you say private career school, what is that? That is equivalent to if you want to go get your cosmetology license, if you want to become a realtor, if you know, any of these licenses, this is who we are, but in the clean and renewable energy sector. Okay. And so, our focus right now is on solar PV installation. You know, definitely, you know, our people, we are definitely underrepresented in the field. So we're here, and we like to say that we stand and operate on the front lines of environmental justice. And so, how are we combating this, and how are we looking to dismantle the, you know, all the things that we see going on? And it's through educating the community on renewable energy, and what it means, what their role is in a green environment, and why they should be involved. Because, I mean, I don't care how much education you have. Definitely, we are not. You know, we don't have our ears to the ground. We don't know what it's all about. It's things happening right in front of our face, and we are not involved. So educating the community, definitely training. So we have the private career school, Power 52 Energy Institute, and we are training individuals. We host 3 cohorts a year. Right now, 16 weeks. It's a hybrid training model. 80% is online, 20% is in person. And then we do job placement assistance. So
How much can a person make?
you know, so right now, you know, we like to say 1850 is the starting, but we're seeing, I like
1850 per hour.
1850 per hour.
That's roughly 37 grand a year.
Right. But I like to say, like, and that's with you just going 16 weeks. And, you know, now we just had a cohort to graduate, and all of those graduates started at $22 an hour, and, you know, benefits and all those things. And so, but it just doesn't stop there, because we understand that this is, you know, we're getting your foot in the door. Okay. We understand that definitely, oh, when I created this thing, it's just like, we're not going to train individuals up to get them stuck in entry level positions. And so hence why it's so important that I definitely always make sure that Power 52 has all the connections. We have accreditations. We have, you know, just all these credentials as an organization. So then it will flow down to the individuals that we want to serve. So we do follow our graduates. You know, we say 12 months plus, but we're married to you. Okay. We have articulation agreements in place, so that our training is equal to college credits. Okay. And so that anybody who wants to go back and earn additional, you know, stackable credentials and get any other degrees, then you are already ahead of the game and can do so. You know, we're constantly getting opportunities for our graduates, and putting them out there so that they can, you know, get into other things. So when I say, you know, hey, you're starting between $18.50, $22 an hour, also, it's just not, people just don't go into solar PV installer positions. Okay. Many of our graduates have gone on to do zoning and permitting, system design. So we couple whatever your background is with the education and training that we give you, so that you can go and, you know, do some really great things. And we have a lot of success stories.
So you said Freddie Gray inspired you. How so?
Well, okay. So
The Freddie Gray unrest, the
yeah,
riots, the protests, the worst time in many of our lives here in Baltimore.
yeah, for sure. So, you know, I have ties to, you know, the Sandtown community. My grandparents, we have a family church, right? It's called McKinney's Memorial Church, right at Pressman and Calhoun Street. And it's been, they founded it about 85 years ago, maybe 88 years ago. And so we have always, you know, given back, done things, provided resources to the community. You know, and so I just kind of felt like, you know, this is happening right here in my backyard. we have to do more. I'm always looking like for I never feel like I'm doing enough. So let me just start there. But when different events happen and different things arrive, I literally will sit back and say, it's more work to do. And so when I say that, just all of that was going on, I'm like, we ain't doing enough. We ain't doing nothing. At that moment, I felt like, we're going to church here. Yeah, we'll have different things, but it's bigger than that, than just this. When things are happening in your own community, you have to be the change that you want to see. So with that, I had to get outside of my comfort zone, to be able to be the change that I wanted to see. Like me, even being here talking, I tell everybody I'm shy and they never believe me. But
Look, Cherie, you a county girl.
no, I'm born and raised in Baltimore City. I'm not. And although
What high school?
and so Polly, I went to Mount Royal, born and raised 21215. So just a little history with that also. My grandparents lived in Cherry Hill. My mother was born and raised in Cherry Hill. And so my mother went to work and we lived with my grandparents for I think until I was about in the third grade. So I went to Patapsco elementary school in Cherry Hill. So that's where it started. Yeah.
So your family's church around on Calhoun Street. Do you remember the George Kelson Funeral Home?
Oh yeah, that was right next door to it. Yeah, my great grandmother, that's who did her funeral. Hmm.
What was that a significant institution in your mind?
Well, I was too little. You're dating yourself. I was too little. I barely remember that, but I do remember it.
Oh, I'm proud of it. Let me just tell you,
Hmm.
Mr. Bailey, Vernon Bailey,
Okay.
took over that funeral home, and all of that to say that block, that whole block from Pressman down to Lawrence, was a significant block. It employed people. Your
Hmm.
family's church was there. Behind you was Lillian Jones
Yeah.
Recreation Center. Connected to that was Gilmore Elementary School. At the
Hmm.
top of the hill, there was an elementary school that was named after George Kelson. They have renamed it Sandtown Winchester
Hmm.
Academy. All of that to say, and let me not forget Mr. Walter Thomas, little
Oh
short
yeah.
man. He wore a derby hat and he owned multiple properties. He was the first black man that I had personally met who had multiple properties. He also had the first
Hmm.
drive drive-in restaurant in Baltimore. There's so much history that comes out of there, and one thing that I'm very proud of you is the fact that you did not and have not forgotten from whence you've come. So many of us have abandoned Sandtown, and just appreciate that you haven't. That's
Uh-oh.
all.
Hold on. I'm sorry. I don't know if it's my connection is yours. I
It,
missed
it,
that.
it froze up.
You
It
said,
froze up for a second. Just keep going. But I
oh,
appreciate
okay.
you not
Okay.
forgetting from whence you've come.
Oh, no, definitely. My students, they'll say, wait a minute, you're from Baltimore? I hear it. And no, I
You're from
rep
Sandtown.
24/7. Yeah, 24/7. I'm repping my set. 21215 for
So
sure.
how many, tell me about some of the various jobs in the world of green energy. I think you alluded to people who install panels on the roof.
Mhm. Yeah, so well, it's more than that. And people, like to think that it's just installing solar panels on a rooftop. So we teach our students to do commercial as well as residential. So we've had students, graduates to build, football field sides of solar farms, from here, I mean, up to Connecticut, all the way down to Florida, so they have done a lot of, vast things. They've done system design, individuals will come and have a background and say like CAD. And so they're not thinking that they can design systems and
Tell them what CAD is.
yeah, so it's just a program. I guess people are, just like if you would have Photoshop or something like that. It's just a program to design the actual system.
I think it's computer aided drafting.
Exactly. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So
yeah. Yeah, and so what we like, for instance, we have a partnership with Pittsburgh Technical College. And so they actually have, so they articulate our training into college credits. And one thing at PTC that I like is that they are I want to say they intersect with like workforce development and college, so that they have a lot of fast track opportunities. And they have, so we have individuals there who live on campus. And then if you want to take advantage of the opportunity and do, something online, they have full online programs. And it could start with your college credits from Power 52 Energy Institute. But what I love about them is that, like, right now they have a program, and I'm not going to do a deep dive into that, but they have a program that's fast track. And in 15 months, you could have, your CAD or, and finish that and have an AA. And you've only spent 16 weeks here at Power 52, but now you're designing systems in the renewable energy sector. Okay.
Who is the accrediting body?
For us, for Power 52? So NCCER, the National Center for Construction Education and Research. And so our staff actually works hand in hand with the accrediting body so that we can help to develop the curriculum. So they're getting ready to roll out the new solar PV curriculum. And
What's
so
PV?
Oh, photovoltaic. So yeah, solar photovoltaic. We're getting ready to roll out. Well, NCCER is about to roll out the new curriculum for that, and Power 52 staff has helped to develop that. And so that curriculum is going to be available to everyone because they are an international organization. And I'm so proud of that we helped to form this curriculum. So that is just one of the things that we're doing. Mm-hmm.
Does this include college credit?
Yes. So the curriculum, yes. So the entire, our entire curriculum, which entails many, so we do, okay, so the core of our curriculum is entry-level construction. Okay. And then from there, we roll into your role in the green environment, and then solar PV installation, photovoltaic installation. And so that in its entirety, we have articulation agreement in place with Pittsburgh Technical College as well. And we're working on other ones as well right now as we speak that are forming. So Tougaloo is one of them, another university who we're working with, as well as Howard Community College. And then hopefully our next step will be BCCC. So that's where we're going, but we haven't started anything with them yet.
Amazing. Did you envision this 10 years ago?
Never. Oh my goodness. Listen, ever. Who would have ever thought that the little black girl from West Baltimore would be literally changing lives? Like, I always knew that I think this is my church background. I always knew that I was going to do ministry. Okay. I knew that that's
you
just
a preacher?
No, I'm not a preacher, but I'm just saying, just ministry. This is, I'm going to do, this is helping people. That is a ministry, And so, but I didn't know to what magnitude. I didn't know it would be through education. I had no clue. So, I always,
You went to
definitely.
college?
Yeah, I went to school. Yeah. But
What,
even
what
still with
school?
that, I used to work in communications. It wasn't this, it was radio. I thought I was gonna work at a record label. That part. And so, I mean, so my background is I worked at Radio One, and did, promotions and some production work. And then I interned for different labels, but that was in my past life. So that was the route that I thought that I would be on. I always wanted to do, but it really, I was offered a position at Def Jam many, many years ago and to move to New York. And it's just like, okay, that's something you always want to do. This is,
Did you go?
no, I did not go
Why didn't you go?
because I remember going to church that morning.
You blaming it on Jesus now, huh?
No, you know what? No,
Jesus on the main line. Tell him what you want.
no, but listen, the music industry is rough, and people, and this is my opinion, and
It's
I saw,
cutthroat. It's
yeah,
cutthroat.
it is. It for me, I kind of felt like it was you saying, what's the difference between being a drug dealer almost, and a hustler girl? And I kind of felt like, even though that's what I wanted to do, I wasn't willing to give up
Sell
who I
your soul.
was. Exactly. And so I remember, talking to like my older cousins and just being in church, like being that morning I went to church and just, wrestling with it. And I was like, I'm not doing that. And so I just did something else. And so, but one thing I can say is that even from all those stepping stones, and then eventually I was working in the wireless field, building so I always say solar, but the cellular network system. So I would work for project companies, and we would, build for Fortune 500 companies like Verizon and T-Mobile and AT&T. So a lot of the cell sites I had been a project manager on, we like to say, from cradle to grave. So then when, I rolled over into this renewable energy field, a lot of the process, building solar and cellular, they mimic each other or mirror each other. So although I'm not a solar developer by far, I was able to understand the process and how it worked because of my background in the cellular field. Now I could definitely. Mhm.
Cherie, I want to ask you about our young people. You've clearly had firsthand experiences here in the city of Baltimore. You see the violence, you see the drug dealing, you see a whole new generation with a whole different set of values. Where do young people, 16 to 24, where do they fit in the Power 52?
So where do they fit? Definitely, we recruit from 18 to 50. So I had someone contact me saying, but they didn't know why we cut off at 50. For us, many programs cut it off at 24 or 29. And so for
I
me,
can't see you turning nobody away. If you had to turn somebody away, I don't believe it. I'm not going to believe it today, tomorrow, or yesterday. You're going to find something for them to do. I ain't believing it.
and you know what? But here's the thing. We definitely engage everyone.
I
I
can't see you
mean,
throwing nobody away.
yeah,
I
yeah,
can't see that.
we don't throw anybody, we don't throw anybody away.
Your aunt would come down there with a broom.
Listen, but to answer your question, from 18 to 24, you said 16 to 24. We start at the high school level. We don't enroll until 18, but we do go into high schools and educate. And that, I mean, we want Baltimore City schools to be more inviting. Definitely other schools have been in, I mean, well, I'm gonna tell you like this. It has been a struggle trying to get into the high schools, period.
Why?
I don't listen. I have no clue. You would think that the opportunity that we're offering, that they would be embracing us, because literally the plan is to let us come in, let us educate, and let us engage them. They can come volunteer. We have, so many different fun activities that we, will host. Let us start engaging the high schoolers, if not just with the training, but just interacting, so that when it comes time for them to get ready to graduate and they don't have a plan, they already trust us. They already know who we are.
So,
Why can't we get that?
do you have like youth ambassadors?
So,
One young lady, one young man,
mhm.
and their job would be to sell the program to 18 to 24-year-olds. That's their
Well,
assignment.
exactly. But you know what? And so that's not the problem, because we do have staff members who are young. Is not the sell by far, because they think I'm cool. This is not the sell. It's the administrators who, it's just, why, what's the problem?
At the school system.
Yes. Yes.
There's more than one way to skin a cat. First of all, you being a child of God, you got to pray on it.
Oh.
And then we got to listen, because the Spirit will tell us some things that we wouldn't ordinarily catch.
Right.
And then you got to go to where they are. I mean, right there on Lawrence Street, not far from the church, Lawrence in Pennsylvania, there are young people who stand on that corner all day, every day.
Right. Right.
And they just need somebody to believe in them, because they don't want to stand on that corner. You can look in their eyes and know daggone well they don't want to stand on that corner all day twirling a 20 a weed.
Exactly.
We
No,
want them to know that they have a shot, that they can take those same skills of negotiating, of selling, of buying, of distribution, and apply it to something that they can have a future. I mean, I see young people on that corner and they bring their children to that corner. It's an insidious cycle, but we're dealing with multi-generational curses, multi-generational challenges. They just need somebody to believe in them. Maybe it's going to shake and bake. Right. But whatever you do, don't give up. You make a lot of people out here proud. Tell us the significance of Ray Lewis to Power 52.
So, let me tell you, I think that, so when, the significance is that definitely he loves Baltimore, and so, and
Baltimore loves him. He's
that's what I was ready to say. Exactly. And I was going to say, and Baltimore loves him. And so with that,
you got a statue, for Pete's sake.
Right. Exactly.
I want a statue. I need a statue.
You do. Right there on Penn North.
Mr. Black Wall Street. Daggone Skippy.
Yes, you need one right on Penn North. But definitely, Ray, when Ray talks, come on now, he has the lion. People listen. People believe in him. And, and so when he is, talking and, and projecting his passion for the city. Hold on. For the city. Wait, I live across. Okay. For the city, definitely.
This cat here got some age on him. He know about the Clico Club. Long before it was the Odyssey, it was the Clico. Now the wagon wheel, that was before my time. But I've heard many conversations, and I think he's talking about the bakery, 2 cents bag of cake crumbs. Yeah. Oh, Capital.
Roach
Capital.
legs. What?
Yeah, this is Santan original.
It
We
sure
salute you,
is.
Fred
Hey,
Foster.
Mr. Foster. Yeah, but definitely, and so we're here to undergird his words, and and change some lives and have some impact.
So
Yeah.
how can people join? How can people get more information on Power 52?
Wow. Oh my goodness. So definitely we are on every social media platform alive, pretty much. At Power 52 Official. They can definitely go to YouTube, check out our testimonials, not our testimonials, but hear from the students, hear what they have to say. At Power 52 Official, subscribe there. Go to our website, and there is a 1-800 number around here, and I don't even know, and I'm so bad, that is horrible, that they can text the word power to. I have to get that number, but definitely all social media platforms. Follow us on, oh my goodness, LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. We here giving something for everybody. Volunteer. It's through our our partnerships and volunteers that we thrive. Period. Text power, POWER, to 1-877
Hold up.
788. Oh, okay.
Okay.
And it's no space between power. It's no space between power.
1-877.
788 5252.
So I ain't gonna let you out here. I ain't gonna give you no easy interview now. Who is Bob Wallace?
Hold on. Fix this right quick. So they have to text the word power to that number.
Text
POWER to that number, 1-877-788-5252.
Can't hear me, custody.
No, these sanctified ears. There we go.
Okay, so who is Bob Wallace to you?
He is my father. He is, I would always like to say, he is like a father to me. Mm-hmm.
And for those who don't, well, most people do know. I mean, he certainly has political ambitions, but he's deep into energy, green energy. I mean, he was on green energy decades ago.
Oh yeah, so definitely
businessman.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Definitely, he definitely was an inspiration for me. When I said that I started doing the solar summits, it was in partnership with Bith Energy and some other organizations. And so,
he like the black Keanu Reeves. He come in with the
he's smooth now.
Yeah, he coming with the say principles. Got the Nehru collar on.
Yes.
He pull out an Asian tux on you. You get the double take on him.
Oh yeah, he's smooth. And when next time you see him at an event, ask him about the Cabbage Patch.
Okay, I just want him to give up that he had on he had a no collar tux one time.
Oh yeah. Oh, he's gonna be smooth.
It's a little tight on him. He need to give that up. You need to donate that to the cause. Yeah.
I'll let him know, definitely.
Help a journalist out. So where do you see Power 52 over the next 3 to 5 years?
Wow, interesting that you would ask that. So, for those who don't know, we just won a grant from the Department of Energy for
Congratulations.
our first federal grant for $1.4 million.
Awesome.
So Yeah, so that was when you say, yeah, prayer, that right there. Lord, please break this glass ceiling because we got more people to bless.
Good.
Yeah, so definitely we're looking for a partner in Baltimore City. So let's put it out there. People always want to call us out. Why aren't we in Baltimore City?
You
We're
are in
looking.
Baltimore City. I done seen you in the thick of it. I done
Oh,
seen you
oh
right
yeah.
here in Fantown, right on Calhoun Street, right
Oh,
there in
we're
the
in
thick
the
of
thing.
it.
We're always serving. But I'm talking about just, like a spot where people can come. So yeah, we're always boots on the ground, period. But so we've partnered with New Song School right around the corner. So Jason Green, he's definitely one of our, biggest partners. So we love Jason. We're looking to and we're also going to be doing more training in PG County and PG, just the DMV area, also.
Have you
So
been able to get your message to Governor Wes Moore? Is he aware of
no,
what's
so if
going
he's
on?
watching, give me a call, Mr. Moore. Please give me a call because I know that definitely the nonprofit world and the clean and renewable energy sector is dear to him. And so, yes, I want to have a meeting so that he can hear about our efforts, where we want to go, what we're doing,
Well,
and
Senator Antonio Hayes might be able to bridge that gap. He was a huge supporter of Governor Moore.
yeah, and he definitely and he has actually helped to make some things happen and have been receptive. He is one of the ones who gives me a hard way to go about not having just an actual brick and mortar in Baltimore City.
Brick and
Um
mortar's over here to kill you.
yeah, exactly.
And Baltimore is not business friendly.
Hmm.
Baltimore want to tax you to death. They want to license you to death. They want to fee you to death. And that's why so many businesses end up leaving Baltimore. We are not welcoming to
Hmm.
businesses,
Right.
restaurants, mom and pop shops. We over monitor,
Right.
and then they put incredible pressure on these brick and mortar owners, like the stores.
Hmm.
You can't blame the store owners for for the kids selling drugs. How far
Oh,
do you
yeah.
want this store owner to go to deal with this kid selling drugs or these kids selling drugs? That's the police's job. Then they want to find the businesses.
But
These people, they didn't come here to sell drugs. They came here to sell goods and products and
exactly.
services. But this city is so twisted. We
Hmm.
want to. It's just like that, and that's what Baltimore is. Everybody pointing the finger. Nobody say, "Hey, the buck stops here." The last person I heard say that was Ed Noss. He said, "When the buck stops here." Now they locked him up.
Yeah, see, the buck stopped there, right? Anyway.
Baltimore got some stuff with it. I wouldn't be critical of you because, and there's
Mhm.
more than one way to skin a cat. But my
Well,
daddy was in
and
business
so and so and
over
that's
here
what
to
I'm
kill you.
doing. Yeah,
Over
but
here
that's
to
what I'm
kill you.
doing. Right. It's just like there's more than one way. And so through our hybrid model, we're still able to, serve so many Baltimore City residents.
Good for you.
Yeah, and we're blessing them and changing lives, period. And that's what it's all about. It's not about, you being able to identify if we're paying rent here. However, you saying you're asking
And
what we can
Baltimore
do.
violent.
Yeah.
Baltimore, they shot 28 people, killed 2 down in Brooklyn, and they have yet to find a killer. 1,000
Yeah.
people, you
Mhm.
know, a lot of people are afraid of Baltimore.
Well, they are. And I don't even know what to say with that. I mean, we've had things,
The devil is a
happen with
liar.
us. Yeah, and you just have to keep pushing. I think that especially after COVID, when we were shutting down the streets and having events, I felt like after COVID, the drug dealers felt like, well, we own these blocks. They
Yeah,
ours.
yeah,
And they wanted to shut down what
yeah.
we were looking to do. but no weapon form will prosper. And so we're here blessing your people, bringing resources, Pampers, and Similac, and food, and power strips, and all kinds of stuff.
There's an event. There's an event in Sandtown coming up. It's called the Showdown for Sandtown. It's on August 19th.
It would be.
Okay. But the young lady, Tia Richards, is doing a number of things in the community.
Okay.
Her information is on bmorenews.com. Also, you know that August 1st is National Night Out.
Yes. So there'll
be an event from 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. on Mount Street, 1034 North Mount Street. That's at Western District Police Station.
Okay.
So, we can talk offline, but there are things happening in the community, and there are people watching this very show who can help you to spread the word.
And so one other thing that we're looking to do, we're applying for other funding, just so we can replicate what we're doing in other underserved communities across the nation. So definitely that's our mission. And so we're looking to literally do that right now.
What's the first city beyond Baltimore?
So we have created some partnerships with Buffalo, New York, and with Open Buffalo. Also with oh my goodness, you're challenging my thought. Walnut Way in Wisconsin, Milwaukee, and then also with the last organization names don't match. Unlimited Potential in Phoenix, Arizona.
That's nice.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me about this. I'm big on futuristic movies.
Okay.
I'm also big on the news.
Mm-hmm.
As humans destroy the earth, even when you look at today's weather report in certain places, it's 110 degrees.
Right.
We are burning the ozone. We're destroying the layers between us and the sun. Water, it's not unimaginable, will be scarce in years to come. So solar energy is it's the present and has an incredible impact on the future.
Yes, exactly. And so I like to say we're saving lives while saving the planet. We're saving lives.
Do Black people get that? Do Black or are we too inundated with what we're gonna eat tonight, what we're gonna drink, what we're gonna smoke, where we're gonna party? Are we paying attention?
Well, here's the thing. So, and for us, so people always say Power 52, and then they just think solar. Our efforts, commence by tackling and dismantling barriers. And one of the primary focuses of tackling barriers are addressing food insecurities. So, so people say, well, don't you guys just do training? Aren't you guys doing resiliency hubs? Don't you do green infrastructure and all this? But please note that it is definitely it's a whole system to what we're doing. And we have to address the barriers. And how do we do that? Because what you just said, people aren't thinking about saving the planet if they're worried about being hungry. And so this is why one of the legs of Power 52 Foundation is, and we do as much as we can, and we would like to do more. But we have to address those barriers. And so we do our pull-up and pickups. We, and where we're distributing food and connecting people to resources and all those types of things. We have to do that before they'll even listen to, learning, training, saving the planet. So I agree with you totally. They go hand in hand. You can't have a training program and not address these barriers, and food insecurities is definitely right there at the top.
So all of a sudden in our community, like straight down North Avenue, you got these bike lanes.
Oh yeah. I hate it.
Well,
But
thank you very much. We don't even need to go into that because
but
to me they make it worse. They put everybody in this one lane, all that room over there, no daggone bikes over there, and the cars are sitting idling from Northern Mount Royal back to Northern Park. It's just mayhem every day, like 2 to 4.
Well, here's the thing, and for me, and I know this is a stretch, but I think it's just like, okay, let's be progressive and do bike lanes, because if people are biking, then they're not driving cars.
Are you riding the bike? Are you riding the bike to Columbia?
No, I would like to.
You ain't riding no bike.
Listen, but the city life is very different.
Ain't no different. People be texting while they drive, and you think I'm gonna ride a bike with this person texting gonna run me over? Remember that nun? Remember that nun? She had like a fifth of liquor up in her, an ounce of weed, and the biker was in her windshield sticking it. No.
But let me ask this: do you think more people would bike if they had the bike?
Okay. If you got children, if you have children, if you have parents. At some point, you will be taking care of your parents.
Right.
That's how life goes. We take care of our parents, or we have children. Ain't nobody putting their kid on the back of a bike.
Well, some people do. I'm not though, but
I ain't. Grandkids either. We're gonna sit and ride in some AC. And then why they always want to see? The thing is, what we don't like in the community is people who don't live in the community making rules for us in our community. Make rules in your own community. Don't make rules over here. Like the way these lights are poorly synchronized.
No, but I'm a big believer in that. Definitely when we go into, communities and come up with, different programs or projects or whatever, you definitely have to be inclusive. And I push that 24/7. And inclusivity comes with surveying. Well, what do you guys need? When we did the resiliency hubs in Baltimore City, it started with surveying, so that we can have these community ambassadors and buy-in from the community to say, look, we're not here. I don't know what it's like, 10 o'clock. I don't know what it's like when the, power goes off for you. I'm not saying I've never suffered through some of these things being born and raised in Baltimore City. However, what is your story? And then how do we implement things that will mitigate whatever you're experiencing? So I feel you on that.
So when you do get a black mayor, when you do get a black governor, we, the community, the voters, expect to see more black people in planning, in transportation, more black people with empathy and understanding for the black community making decisions, because you expect another black person to not act like a racist white person. So if you got a black person that's acting like a racist white person, they're just as bad, if not worse.
Well,
we want representation at the table without a whole bunch of this rhetoric.
No, I agree. But let's look at the other side of what could possibly be happening, because most people who have money don't look like us. So
in
a lot of times,
in America.
Yeah, exactly. So most times it's kind of like how do you appease both ends? And both sides. A lot of times, that's what they get caught up in straddling the fence. And I'll leave it at that.
Okay, so so why don't you take a minute?
Even back to the bike lanes, I think Go ahead. Yeah, what I was saying about the bike lanes is that they definitely I mean, it would be useful, but if you're doing it in communities, putting on these bike lanes in communities where again, individuals are looking at the meals, not, spending X amount of dollars on bikes, then give them some freaking bikes and maybe it's kind of like you're being inclusive. So now, hey, let's do this campaign. We're doing these bikes, maybe, and we understand and recognize that you don't have, the bikes. So we're giving every Baltimore City resident a bike, or however it goes.
Here's another thing. People without kids try to make decisions for people with kids. If you ain't got no damn kids, don't tell me how to raise my kids. Sit your ass over there and shut up.
No, but that's facts. I had to learn that the hard way because I didn't have kids for a very long time, and I just would, make comments on, to the people, my friends who had kids, and then once I got the kids, I said, "Oh dang, I need to have zipped it." No, but that's so true. That's true.
Bike lanes are horrible and they mess it up for the firefighters. I was up in New York City. This lady on a bike was about to catch a serious beat down, running her mouth and blowing that little wah, blowing that little
Oh
horn.
yeah.
They was
Oh
about,
my goodness.
Harlem was about to deliver that young Caucasian lady a serious lesson. I'm glad she got the pedaling on down the street because she was about to catch it in Harlem.
Oh
Okay,
my goodness.
Cherie, we got 3 minutes left.
Okay.
Why don't you take a moment and give us your final statement, okay?
Okay. So definitely we need to spread the word about Power 52, Power 52 Energy Institute. We are always enrolling. We just started our 22nd cohort. We're starting our 23rd cohort in January 2024, but definitely start now. Give us a call. 410-777-9677. We're here Monday through Friday. Definitely, you can start your enrollment process by going to power52.org/training. Share the information with someone you feel who needs a boost up, who needs a career. They can get a new career in just 16 weeks. We do job placement assistance. Again, volunteer. Oh my goodness, we are able to do all the robust things that we do, and serving the community through our volunteers. And it's not just for men. Oh, I had to say that this opportunity is not just for men. We have so many females who have come through and have excelled so much. So please, definitely power52.org/training. Also, if you want to support us, please shop our swag. We have 52 principles to power. If you go onto the Power 52 website, you'll be able to see some of our t-shirts and hoodies and scullies. And it has our empowerment phrases on there. Definitely shop our swag. All of the proceeds go and pour into the Power 52 training. And guess what? You get all of this at no cost to the community. Definitely, we take those proceeds, we pour into the training, we pour into our pull-up and pickups, and we're blessing the community. If you're looking for a way and for an organization to be on board with, check us out. We do a lot of stuff. We have our fundraisers live, and we like to have fun. We keep it real. We're real people doing this thing. So partner with us. I mean, so many different ways to get on board, and we welcome all types of ideas. We're open to, doing some new things. So hit us up.
All right, now I need you to tell Bob Wallace he needs to have a Bob Wallace for Mayor sign on bemorenews.com like yesterday, okay? Is that fair?
I don't know if Nana, I don't know if his wife would what. No, I will tell him no. I'll make sure I'll give him a call tonight.
What's the name of that church on Calhoun Street again?
Yes, McKinney's Memorial Holiness Church. Come see us. Guess what? We have a new pastor, Elder Bonner. He's 25. If you're looking for somewhere to
He
go
gonna be an
worship,
elder at 25.
he is doing it. He is out an elder, and he is looking to do things not in the regular churchy type of way, but
Do y'all have a
definitely
choir?
we're making one. So we're in transition to
That's
do.
honest.
Listen, yeah, we're making one.
'Cause
But
I don't
hey,
want to go to them churches. They be like, "Our Father,
no.
who art in heaven." It'd be like midnight before they finish the song.
Oh no, the service, I'm gonna say service about an hour long. Hey, we're having a game night. Exactly. We're having a game night on Friday. Come through. You know, if you're looking for a place to worship with some new ideas, if you have some ideas, just come fellowship and check us out.
Good deal. Very proud of you, Cherie. Great job today. Good morning, world.
All right.